Ladies and gentlemen, the American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Today in history, they read the Declaration of Independence publicly in Philadelphia, and the Liberty Bell was rung for the first time. How do you like that historical perspective? Joe Biden is defiant. He's telling anybody and everyone he's staying. He is staying. So people can say whatever they want, do whatever they want. Joe Biden's not going to leave this race. All right, the Democratic governors met with him, and they all expressed support for him, which is a good thing because you've got the Democratic governors supporting him. He'll stay in the race. We want Joe to stay in the race, and he's going to. Trump's going to be coming to Butler County soon. He likes Butler County, comes there a lot. Biden's doc, the House Oversight Committee, led by Jamie Comer, wants to interview that guy. That'll be interesting. The media has turned on Biden. You have to ask the question, why is this faux pas of Joe Biden at the debate the turning of the whole thing when he's been stumbling, freezing, and gaffing for 3.5 freaking years? But now that the media is against him, he's done. George Stephanopoulos did an interview. Boy, it was a softball interview. Does it change anything? Hell no. A radio host admitted being given the questions by the Biden campaign. He's now been canned. Joe Biden was weird. He went to Pennsylvania and he said, Dark Brandon. Dark Brandon is going to come out. Kind of like Dark Vader, Dark Brandon. And also, that was his latest gaffe. He said Pennsylvanians were always there when he ran for the Senate to push him over the finish line. He, of course, is a senator from Delaware. Biden donors are leaving him. The Disney chick, the Netflix guy, they're both leaving him. They're saying they're not going to give any more money to the Democratic Party. He's already got $200 million, though. He'll be all right. 2025 project. The Heritage Foundation's behind this. It's about remaking things after Trump becomes president. Trump has disavowed his knowledge or involvement with the group. Meanwhile, Hunter Biden has taken over the White House. 116 Chinese were deported. Woo! Big show of nothing. Mayorkas says, look at this. Stormy Daniels, a bunch of pervs out there, has raised $800,000 in a GoFundMe. You know, we set up a GoFundMe for Durrani victims. Nada. Nada. But Stormy Daniels gets Why would anybody want to contribute to Stormy Daniels? She can get a real job. It's unbelievable. Female teenager. Unfreaking believable. This female went after some teenagers and, you know, it just keeps happening. You're going to have female teachers messing around with young men. It's just day of the age. Harry, you ready for this? Good old Harry is beside himself. He doesn't understand the backlash of him getting a Pat Tillman Award. It's hysterical, isn't it? Harry gets the Pat Tillman Award? That's nuts. He's flabbergasted about it. Meanwhile, State Farm is raising their rates in California because the insurance industry is collapsing in California. Hezbollah launched 200 missiles at Israel. Thank God for the Iron Dome. Of course, this was all backed by Iran. Sad story, a high school athlete jumped into some water. It was electrocuted. You don't realize this, but when there's electric at docks and in boats and whatnot, it can electrocute the water. I hate boating. Glad I don't boat. Bob's Stores, about 50 sporting goods stores, kind of like a Dick's, they've closed them all. Sad. And Saks is buying Neiman Marcus for over $2 billion, and Amazon's taking a stake. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Do not be a surly, culinary rat's bane. Be an oracle. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. Got lots to cover. First off, the Florence shooting and how terrible that Florence shooting is. I want to share with you, I got to find it here somewhere, some information that I got about this Florence shooting. Chase Garvey, the shooter, was indicted for rape, first degree, and sodomy, second degree in Kenton County case 22CR321, if you want to check it out. He raped a 13-year-old girl in his car in Fort Mitchell that he met on Snapchat. The case was amended to unlawful transaction with a minor, second degree. He has violated his probation twice, the second time within 2 days of being released from jail for the first violation after serving 30 days in the Kenton County Jail. I'm assuming the local news is, the local news, besides Eric Deters Media, is going to ask Rob Sanders what's up with this. It's going to be interesting. It's unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. And sad. The guy should never been out, in my opinion. Cedar Point Amusement Parks merging with Six Flags. That ought to be interesting. An election lawsuit has been filed in Kentucky. This by the lefties who don't like the way there are being removal from the voting rolls, people that shouldn't be there. The Republican headquarters, state headquarters, has raised over $3 million. Remember, $1 million of that came from Pfizer. What do you think about that? And there's another stabbing. Sad, sad, sad. But this woman pictured here stabbed somebody. Got to be careful about shootings and stabbing. 4th of July, you can't make this up. A whole bunch of 4th of July shootings. I think there was 7 4th of July shootings over in Cincinnati. Matt Bevin's divorce records have been unsealed by a judge. Drug overdoses in Boone County are out of control, they say. What do you think about that? Bald eagles population is increasing in both in Kentucky and in Ohio. David Spade became Joe Dirt again as he attended a fireworks display sales place in Kentucky. It's pretty good stuff. Check out the video. And human trafficking is on an uptick in Kentucky and Ohio. Protect your kids, folks. How evil does someone have to be engaged in human trafficking and sex trafficking? How evil is that person? It's the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Do not be a surly, culinary ratsbane.
Hello, Bulldog Nation. Jamie Spindley here with Eric Deters World News. Today's headlines. Ecuadorian police have rescued 49 hostages held by a criminal gang in the southern part of the country. 2 suspected kidnappers were apprehended during a raid by security forces in the Azuay province mining region. Authorities identified the Las Lobos gang as responsible for the kidnappings. Hurricane Beryl struck near Matagorda, Texas this morning. The storm intensified early in the day, prompting evacuations due to flooding and power outage risks. In other news, recent floods in India, Nepal and Bangladesh have resulted in numerous deaths and impacted millions. Large-scale rescue efforts are underway with thousands directed to shelters and aid provided by the stranded. Major rivers like the Bamutar and Kosha have overflowed due to heavy rains. And Russia reported 49 drowning deaths in just 24 hours of extreme heat affects the nation. The Ministry for Emergency Situations recorded a total of 65 water-related incidents in the same period. That's the latest headlines for today. I will be back tomorrow. Cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries, where the Reds, after sweeping the Yankees, get swept by Detroit at home. And some of these losses were just painful. Painful. The Reds traded for Slater, the outfielder from San Francisco, with Young, the pitcher. Bronny James only scored 4 points his first game, and now he's out with a knee injury. FC Cincinnati beat New York. Skeens, the rookie, he's 5-0, 2.21 ERA. He made the All-Star team. All-Star teams. The starters and the add-ons have all been announced, and Ellie De La Cruz will be representing the Cincinnati Reds. Remember, they all get a rep. Ellie De La Cruz will be representing them. Diaz beat Masvidal And guess what? Conor McGregor apparently won $1.6 million betting on Diaz. Ben Rice is the first rookie in New York Yankee history to hit 3 home runs in a game. Think about all the greats. England! You ready for this? They beat Switzerland 1-0 Saturday. How do I know that? Because my mate came over to the house and watched the game. Took 3 years out of my life. 3 months out of my life. Not 3 months. Took 3 hours out of my life. Now I got to watch the game Wednesday with him. You know I'm talking about, yep, the Brit. There's a neat story about Larry Jordan, was one hell of a basketball player, only went to UNC Wilmington, and that if he had grown, he might have been the Jordan we'd all be talking about. I don't believe it, but interesting story. Sad story. Cornerback for the Minnesota Vikings, Jackson, was killed in a car accident. Rookie. Trent Noah, UK signee from Harlan County, visited his classmate and teammate who blew off his finger with a firework. Them Harlan County boys are crazy. There's a rumor going around that Jerry Jones is going to sell the Dallas Cowboys to Saudi Arabia. LeBron James signed a 2-year contract. In that 2-year contract, he makes $100 million, more money than Michael Jordan, $95 million, did over his entire career. To put that in perspective. Guess who else signed a 2-year contract with the Lakers? Bronny. And Dak Prescott had a walking boot on, saying it's no big deal. Yeah, we'll see, Dak. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. I went and saw Horizon with my son Parker on Friday. Great Western. Great movie. I look forward to number 2. Beverly Hills Cop on Netflix. Check it out. It's funny. It's called Beverly Hills Cop Axel. Same old Beverly Hills Cop fun. Alec Baldwin, they start picking a jury tomorrow in his trial. Some guy killed himself by putting a firework on his head and setting it off. What? Willie Nelson, 91 years old, is back on tour with his band. Ann Arbor has been voted the smartest city in America. That's where University of Michigan is. High school graduates, college graduates, blah, blah, blah. Ann Arbor. By the way, I've been there one time. Beautiful town. Nathan's Hot Dogs. Who cares? This guy isn't the real champion because they didn't let the main man participate. Waka Flocka Flame says Joe Biden had to get the hell out of the bars in Utah, his bar. He doesn't like Biden. Bo Derek, 70-some years old, I think 70, 71. No surgery, looks like $1 million. Largest bass ever, largemouth bass, was caught in Texas, pictured here. And Sean Combs apparently is under federal criminal investigation. Really? They raided his home. What'd you think? This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.